Gamar Tov. It's wonderful to see so many faces in the sanctuary and to know that there are even more people at home joining us on live stream. Just over 3 weeks ago, we finally had the opportunity to officially install Rabbi Lucas as just the third senior rabbi in our synagogue's 100-year history. It was a tremendously warm celebration filled with different ways to honor this milestone, which is the hallmark of our multifaceted congregation. Families gathered here in the social hall for a community brunch, songs echoed in the sanctuary, and children ran through the synagogue, all in celebration of this historic moment. One of the unique aspects of this celebration was the magnificent art installation spearheaded by Ann Berg in the Irene Edelstein Promenade just outside the sanctuary. As Ann explained to us on Rosh Hashanah, this exhibit is a beautiful sign of hope and healing, inspiring all of us to soar into 5783 and move forward from the challenges of the pandemic. Thank you to Ann and to all of your co-artists who created this meaningful piece. I don't remember anything like this in my 18 years of membership at CAI, but I hope this is just the first of many community-wide art displays in our beautiful promenade. Last Yom Kippur, I shared a bit of my Jewish journey with all of you. I spoke about how my path from Cleveland, Ohio, as the grandchild of Holocaust survivors, was the foundation of my desire to raise our family in a vibrant Jewish community. Who knew, certainly not me, that this decision would ultimately lead to proudly serving as CAI's president? But this year, when reflecting on the past 12 months and in preparation for my final year in this role, I realized that although my Jewish journey laid the groundwork for my commitment to CAI, it's the skills that I honed in my professional life that have given me the energy and insight to, I hope, help move our community forward. For those of you who may not know or who don't know me well, I'm a PGA Class A golf instructor. I competed in college on a top Division I team and played professional golf before training as an instructor. Prior to starting our family, I was fortunate to work at some of the most prestigious golf resorts and private country clubs in the United States. Now, on the surface, you might wonder how the credentials associated with being a golf professional would be useful tools as a synagogue president, but I can assure you that there are numerous similarities in these roles, which I hope have served me well. Employees at private country clubs know that every member of the club is a boss. And a key part of my job then was to listen to each member, to respect and understand their perspective. Similarly, as CAI president, I've had the privilege of speaking with many of you and learning about your needs and values and goals. What I've gleaned from these conversations is that we are a diverse community. We experience Judaism in many ways, just as golfers have varied experiences when playing the same golf course. For example, when starting a round of golf, players can choose to play 9 or 18 holes. They must also decide which set of tees, usually designated by color, where they will begin each hole. The different tees adjust the length of the holes, allowing a player to experience the course with a unique set of highlights and challenges. Some may choose to play from the back championship tees, while others may choose to play more forward tees, thereby shortening the length of the hole as they work their way around the course. Regardless of the tee that one chooses to play, each player is able to experience the beauty of the course, the dynamic elements of the construction, and the intricacies of the layout. While each golfer plays the course at their chosen length, they're all able to play together and gather at the so-called 19th hole for a nosh or a drink or two at the end of the round. Each of us is Jewish, able to observe the holidays and the customs as we choose, similar to choosing our own set of tees. This allows for the most meaningful personal Jewish journey, but yet we are all able to come together at the time of the high holidays and every week on Shabbat and share a bagel and cream cheese or some honey cake and a drink following services during Kiddush. Though sports analytics has become all the rage today in football, baseball, and in a variety of other sports, golfers have been tracking and examining the metrics of their rounds for many years. These tools search beyond the score a golfer has recorded to dive deeper into the successful aspects of the round and the areas in which they need to focus in order to improve. Though synagogue life is surely more qualitative than quantitative, our clergy, staff, and lay leaders are using analytical tools to evaluate the extent to which we are successfully achieving our mission to meet the needs of our community. Have we created enough sets of teas so that we have opportunities for everyone? Have we found an appealing way for each CAI congregant to connect? Are our gatherings enabling us to share our journeys or lift our voices as we work to strengthen our connections with each other or with the larger Jewish community? As we begin 5783 and move forward from the pandemic period, our synagogue is now fully staffed and better equipped to answer all of these questions. During this past year, we successfully completed our search for a rabbinic partner for Rabbi Lucas and welcomed Rabbi Sarah Blumenthal to the CAI family. Thank you to Susie Brush and to Dori Eisenstein and their dedicated committee for the care they took leading this effort through what was an unusual recruiting process. Last week during Rosh Hashanah may have been the first time that many of you heard Rabbi Blumenthal either in person or over the live stream. Her warmth, knowledge, and insight have already enhanced our community, and I know she's looking forward to making meaningful connections with each of you as she embarks on her rabbinic career. Additionally, over the course of the past year, our Executive Director Search Committee, chaired by Allison Rosenthal, welcomed Lena Schuster to spearhead our strong administrative team. In just a short time, Lena has made a tremendous impact on the efficiency of our operations and eased the burden that both our staff and lay leadership has felt over these past few years. During the summer, our Board of Trustees engaged with Rabbi David Wolfman, who has served as a consultant to numerous synagogues around the country, addressing the nationwide shift in demographics and changing environments of Jewish communal life. He asserted that the evolving needs of our congregation, particularly in this post-pandemic period, are not a new phenomenon. The ability to adapt to the trends throughout the world has been a strength of the global Jewish community for centuries. Synagogues around the country, like CAI, have continuously evolved in order to become relevant to the individuals they serve. That is the challenge before us, and we are ready to strategize about the next step in our evolution during 5783, just as we have throughout the first century of CAI's history. I know that many of you have experienced tremendous support from our clergy, staff, and your fellow congregants as your family encountered challenges or pivotal life cycle events. I am confident that Rabbi Lucas and Rabbi Blumenthal and Cantor Kaplan and Susan Work, in conjunction with our capable staff and lay leadership, will exhibit the same sensitivity and thorough consideration as they provide to each and every family when evaluating the current challenges facing our congregation. With such a stellar leadership team, we are poised to successfully evolve as we've done in the past. It's impossible to thank all of the people who help run CAI operations during the year. But let me start, though, by praising the efforts of our volunteers and our staff and our clergy, who have worked tirelessly over these past 3 years and eagerly anticipated gathering together as we are here today. I also want to properly thank the dedicated lay leaders who stand alongside me in volunteering their time and countless hours over the course of each month to think about these big picture challenges I mentioned earlier and help forge our path forward. At the top of that list is Senior Vice President Matt Fisher, who has coordinated our reopening task force, inclusive of staff, doctors, and lay leaders, that weighed in on the many decisions regarding how we were able to best gather together again. This was certainly a longer commitment than we anticipated, with various complexities as the landscape changed. But I thank Matt for his leadership in helping to navigate these difficult decisions with sensitivity for our large community. Ensuring CAI's financial sustainability has also been a significant responsibility over these past few years. Alongside Matt, Executive Committee member and Budget and Finance Chair Seth Fliegler and former Executive Committee member David Sumka have worked with both our current and past treasurers, Dan Fishman, Bert Henry, and David Moses, to keep our budget on track and to explore all of the government assistance programs available during the pandemic. Our board secretary, Debbie Rosen, keeps all of us on task. In addition to her even-handed insight into synagogue challenges, she has utilized her impeccable organization skills to help promote and ensure the success of the SEDEC initiative that has, with her help, evolved into one of our most active engagement groups. A few years ago, past President Adam Chandler and Allison Rosenthal co-chaired the search for Rabbi Lucas. More recently, Allison spearheaded our successful search for our executive director, Lena Schuster. She has done such a stellar job in these roles that we joke that she could have another career conducting executive searches. Our community will be indebted to Allison for quite a long time due to all of her efforts. For years now, Executive Committee member Jorda Shumovsky has helped to coordinate the efforts of the Aliyah Committee, digitizing their communications. We thank her for onboarding Lisa Mechanic and Aaron Solomon, who have joined this group of longtime leaders, including past presidents Larry Rakin, Stu Berger, and board member Steve Fichtenbaum. As the summer ends, this group begins the time-consuming task of assigning aliyahs to the congregants who have gone above and beyond in giving back to our community. We are fortunate to have too many committee chairs, volunteers, and board members to recognize here, but we try each year to acknowledge their devotion to our community through this process. So thank you to all who accepted your aliyahs, and to those who were unable to accept. Please know how much we appreciate your contributions. I also want to express appreciation to Jordan, who for many years has successfully spearheaded our annual fund campaign. This year, she will mentor Seth Weisletter to take on this critical role. So thank you, Seth, for accepting this leadership position. And each of us can ensure that Seth is successful by answering the calls or the texts or the emails when asked to participate, as we strive again for 100% participation in our annual fund this year. And I need to single out Gail Wieseneck, who has been a true partner to me in this leadership role, my caddy, if you will. Those of you who are golfers know that the player-caddy relationship is one of sophisticated teamwork that allows the player hitting all the shots to really receive all the accolades. But it's the behind-the-scenes discussion and preparation that enables the successful playing of the shots during the round. So thank you so very much, Gail, for all of your help and guidance. I could not have asked for a more generous partner and sounding board. And thank you to all of our families who have allowed each board and committee member to volunteer on behalf of our community. Many spouses and children, mine included, have noticed the too many to count Zoom meetings and phone calls over these past years. So thank you to Louis, and thank you to Nathan, Dina, and Ivy for encouraging me and sharing my time, thereby allowing me to embrace this role. Over the course of Rosh Hashanah, if you were looking for a break, I hope you decided to check out our new honey tent. Or if you didn't want to leave your seats, perhaps you had the opportunity to read our annual report available at the entrance to our services. Thank you to Karen Sneerson, who designed this beautiful packet. Please accept our apologies if for any errors to our annual fund and centennial campaign listings. If we've inadvertently made a mistake, please reach out to me or to the main office after the holidays, and we will make changes in the copy that's going to be recirculated and listed on our website. And this also leads me to the next requirement of my presidential role at this time of year, which is to acknowledge that in order for all of us to embrace our dynamic future and soar into our next century, we must ensure our financial sustainability. Thank you to our congregants who participated in our annual fund. It's critical that we raise these dollars to support the programs and services in our budget. And this year, we express additional gratitude to Jane and Ned Gladstein for their generous matching gift initiative in honor of Rabbi Lucas's installation. The goal of the Gladstein's gift is to broaden our base of support by matching new or increased donations to the annual fund of at least $180. This opportunity is available just until October 7th, so if you have not yet participated, we would love your support at a time when your dollars will have double the impact. And we continue to thank our CII families who have made multi-year commitments as part of our Centennial campaign. Campaign chairs Mindy Yopper and Gail Wieseneck worked tirelessly to ensure the success of our $3 million campaign to pay down our mortgage, which was fully conducted during the pandemic, quite an impressive feat, and that has helped to provide greater fiscal sustainability for years to come. We've placed temporary signage up at the entrance to the building to acknowledge the impact of our Centennial donors' strong financial support of our community, with more permanent signage to come. And at a time when many synagogues are experiencing significant drops in membership, you all have chosen to remain part of the CAI community. And on behalf of the entire Board of Trustees, I want to thank you for your membership in our shul. We don't take that relationship lightly, and we are determined to continue to make that relationship even more meaningful. We have much planned for this year. Many of these opportunities will be fresh takes on traditional experiences, as we recently hosted a dinner and a concert under the tent and a happy hour welcome to Shabbat service last month. Both evenings were lovely gatherings with fellow congregants. And we have a first-time sukkah hop coming up next week on Monday. That too. We're motivated to create opportunities to engage with each other, all in line with our mission as expressed by Rabbi Lucas during his installation just a few weeks ago, sharing our journeys, lifting our voices, and strengthening our connections. So like the birds flying high in our pavilion, we're going to soar into 5783. I hope you all join me at a few of our gatherings. And in this way, we are sure to strengthen our connections to each other and to our community this year. I wish you and your families all the best. Shana Tova.